Welcome, Westy here. Been a long time, I know. So the reason I want to put this set of videos out is because there's not a lot of information on this. It is was quite painful for me to discover. So anyway, now that I've learnt, I will pass that on to you genuine folk out there. So Nord VPN. I want to talk about this a little bit. It's just basically an introduction. I'll carry on with the next part of the video after this intro. So make sure please that you like and subscribe to my channel. I put a lot of effort into this and I really get a lot of enjoyment out of the feedback from you guys and gals out there. And you know, it's all about making it easy for the other guy. So really the reason for this is because I wanted to set up Nord VPN on my router. So I've got this is just an example of one that I've got. It's a ubiquiti router, Edge Router X SFP, 4-port with a Ethernet gigabit and a fiber interface as well, which hardly ever gets used. So the problem is, so basically I configured, I've got my bandwidth is very fast. I've got almost a gigabit per second, and I thought, well, it's all okay if I just run my PC and I run the Nord VPN app. But the problem is, what if everything else on my network, I want to run everything else on my network through the VPN, and you can do that. You can configure your router and you can set it all up. So I'm getting almost a gigabit per second, right? So with my VPN client running on my desktop application, it was running at about 350, which, you know, that's a pretty decent sacrifice, but hey, it's a VPN. You've got a lot of tunneling and bits and pieces going on in the background, so hey, you get a bit of bandwidth sacrifice. So that's about 50%, just over 50, a bit more than 50%. So then I configured it on my Edge router, and I was pretty blown away that all I could get, everything across my network can go out the main WAN interface, but the problem is it's gone from a gigabit to 19 meg per second. Yep, 19 meg per second. Come on, what the heck? So after doing a lot of research, I found it, and spending about 3 hours on the phone with Nord VPN, which was actually not much help to me, because they basically regurgitated the setup, the settings, to go back to the settings to get it to work. So I pretty much had to experiment myself, and I got it up and running. But I could only, like I say, 19 meg was it, tapped out, boom, done, thank you very much. And that's pretty disappointing, really. Like, that's almost a 90% sacrifice in bandwidth to use a VPN. So initially I thought, oh well, it's Nord, you know. I got hold of them, they said no, it's your router, and I'm like, why is it my router? They couldn't tell me. So after doing a lot of research, most SOHO routers, so that's small office, home office routers, are 32-bit CPUs in them, and a 32-bit CPU or x386 is only good for single threading data. So you can't, even if you've got an 8-core or a 16-core CPU in your PC, this is the bottleneck, because it's only got it might even be a quad-core 32-bit, but it's no good for doing high-speed VPN tunneling. So that, after lots of research, I found most manufacturers, unless you want to pay $2,000 roughly, you start getting into the enterprise gear. So that spun me into a whole different realm of, like, surely there's something out there. And good old FreeBSD, there's a piece of software out there. I built a homemade router using old parts that I've got around the traps, which I'll go into later on in the video. And so here's my little unit here. It's very, very basic. It's a beer crate. And it's running, that's the CPU in there. It's got 4 gig of RAM. It's running an i5 9400, and I've just got an 840 SSD drive there set up, ready to go. I've got a second network card plugged in here, and the primary network card is down there, and that's pretty much it, and a power supply. So I've pretty much got this thing hanging around out of some old gear that I had lying about, and I just really wanted to see what the story was. And so now running open source OPNSENSE, which is a FreeBSD, i.e. Unix cousin operating system, and that absolutely takes the cake for using and being able to utilize 64-bit multiplexing and 64-bit multi-threading technology. This is what enterprise commercial ISPs you have used FreeBSD for decades, and I was absolutely blown away by the result. It was over a 3,500% increase in my throughput from this to a, I mean, it cost me, I think it cost, for all the parts I had lying around, it cost me $39 for a gigabit network NIC, PCI NIC for my box. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers. Hey guys, Westy here. Okay, we're going to do a quick tutorial. Well, it's not that quick, it takes a little bit of time. Basically setting up VPN, Nord VPN on OPNsense, which is a FreeBSD / Unix router config. So I've just rebooted the router with a fresh config, so it's probably going to go through the wizard from scratch. I just wanted to show you from scratch. So while that's waiting to come back up, oh, it's powered down, I've just got to reboot it. Okay, that's booting up. So in the meantime, open up Google, type in Nord config for OPNsense. It'll come up with this link, click on that, and that will bring you to this page here. Set of instructions, and I'll go through it with you. So I'll just let me load this config, the base config. So the base config basically gives you the very, very basic rules with no restrictions at all, pretty much. Allows you to get through to the internet, allows DHCP on your WAN interface, and that's pretty much it. So there's no VLANs, there's nothing else. Okay, so it's come up with this page here. Just click on advanced and then proceed. The standard config username and password is root for the user, and OPNSENSE, OPNsense. So it's just going to do this little bit here. So you can change your host name if you want. I pretty much leave everything as standard. I'll just move this over here for now. Go next. I've got to go to Pacific Auckland. Next. Just basically change your timestamp, and then just everything else should be just standard. Leave the root password as it is, and we'll just reload it. So that'll take a couple of minutes to do that. So now we've just got to continue to the dashboard. Okay. So this is pretty much a fresh setup. So we've got our main config here, interface, the dashboard. It tells you what CPU you've got, it tells you how much loads on your CPU usage live, state table size, memory buffer usage, and memory usage and disk usage. So as you increase loading, etc., etc. So I've currently got we'll close this here. So this is my IP address. I'll blank this out, but this is my WAN IP address. So that's basically set up. So I'm just going to do a speed test. I've got my desktop app, the Oogla app that I downloaded, and just click on go. So this is basically open internet. We'll see what it goes at. Okay, so we're getting about 850, 875, 880. It's pretty good speed for a Friday night. So 870 down and about 546 up. Yep. Okay, so there's a series of steps that we need to go through to make sure that this goes right. And also at the end I'll do a troubleshooting session as well. But yeah, there's a little bit to do. So I'll go through those now. So I'm just going to work side by side with what's on the side here. There's a couple of things that aren't clear that that I can help with. So first thing we've got to do is click on this dot here. Normally, if I'm in full screen, this actually drops down. So you basically need to go to System, Trust, Authorities, and then go Add. Provide a description name. So I'm going to call this. What did they call this one? Oh yeah, they've called it this. So I'm just going to copy that and change the last one to NZ. VPN NZ. Okay, so this certificate data here, you just got to grab this whole set of text here, right click, copy, and paste in here. Okay, so leave everything else blank, and then go save. Okay, so it should look like that. Now we're going to go to step 4. Navigate to VPN, open VPN. So I'll close this up. Go to VPN, open VPN and clients, and we're going to add a new client. So click the plus sign. Okay, so we're going to put we're going to leave disabled unchecked because we want it enabled. Description, I'll do the same again, same that I did before. Just the description is NZ. Excuse me. Protocols UDP 4. Interface any. So interface any. Host or address. Okay, so the host or address, what you need to do is scroll back here, is go to this site here. I'll just open this in a different tab. And that comes up, it searches your country, so you select your country here, and it automatically senses or looks for your best VPN server. So I'll copy that, and what I need to do is just let me read through this quickly. Peer-to-peer SSL, yes. UDP pool 4, tunnel, yes. Interface any, yes. Remote server, Okay, host addresses is where you paste that, what I just copied in. So you'll have your own one. It'll come up with the best server for yours. And we want to go 1194 is the port. Retry DNS resolution, we will check that. Leave proxy port blank, leave authentication to none. So it should pretty much just have that one tick, and definitely resolve remote server. It's good because they give you a little bit of a drawing of a picture of what's required. So now we're going, next stage is we're going to user authentications. So here's the setup here. So go to username, and if you see here they've got dashboard, so I'll right click and open a new tab, and this you'll log into your account, and then just your username and your password are here. So just click on here to copy to clipboard and then paste. Same with the password, copy to clipboard and then paste. I'll just zoom across here again. Okay, go back to the instructions. Right, so leave renegotiate time blank. User authentication. Okay, so that's pretty much a picture of that's confusing. They tell you to do something and then later on they come and show you. So that's we're up to that stage. So now we're in the cryptographic settings. So look for the topic cryptographic settings here. We're going to want to make sure enable authentication only, which is selected. Now TLS shared key, we need to make sure we untick this box because it doesn't tell you that, and then we grab all of this here, so copy all of that and paste it in here. Peer authority, it will automatically select the authority that you created in this first step where we went to the trust authority section. So that's automatically in there. So you leave that as that is. It should have the one that you created in there, just to explain that. So make sure you have no username. Select for encryption algorithm. It's AES 256 GCM. So go look up GCM, and then we're looking for 256-bit key with 128-bit lock. That's the one. And for auth digest algorithm, we're looking for SHA-512. So scroll down. Just make sure you don't select SHA-3-512 because there's one there, SHA-3. Make sure you get SHA-512 512-bit. So that's that. IPv4 tunnel, leave blank. IPv6, leave blank. Remote, both IPv4 and v6 remote networks, leave blank. Keep scrolling down. Type of service, unchecked. Don't pull, unchecked. Don't add remote routes, check. So make sure you check that one. Don't add remove routes. That's what it's saying there to do. Okay, so that's given a picture of what we're doing here and telling you to select that one. Compression. We've got to change the compression to a disabled LZO comp ISO no. Okay. Now we're going to go to advanced configuration. This is here. And we're going to select all of this here and copy, and we're going to paste it in there. Make sure you got no blanks or blank lines or spaces before or after it. Yep, so you know that it's not going to default, and the verbosity level put it on 3 as recommended, and that's a little show to show you what you should have there. Click save. So that part is done. So now we're going to navigate, so we're at step 6. So now we're going to set up the interfaces. So we're going to go to interfaces, and we're going to assign the interface, interfaces assignments. And this is the new interface that we've created. So we're going to go hit the plus button, and then we're going to click in here, and we're going to change the description. I'm going to copy what they've done there. Enable you click on enable interface, and in the description change that to the Nord VPN. Excuse me. So we're going to leave block private networks unchecked, none. Leave the MAC address black, the MTU blank, MSS blank. No changes required on DHCP, so just click save and apply. Right, so that's that step done. This is pretty much showing you what you need to have there. So now we need to go to navigate to services. I'll close this up. Go to services, Unbound DNS, general. Check enable, check port 53, check. So basically go down, I'll go down to here quickly. So we want DHCP registration, we want to tick that. Registration and leases. We want to untick register IPv6. Enable port forwarding mode. Where's that? DNS query forwarding. Okay, that's not there. So let's just check here. DHCP registration, yes. Enable port forwarding mode. There's no port forwarding mode in this one, so that's okay. So, and then your outgoing network interfaces, so you need to click on the advanced option. It doesn't tell you that, but you need to do that. Outgoing network interfaces, which is this piece here. Go Open VPN Client. Save and apply. And now we go to Unbound Advanced. Okay, hide identity, check. Hide version, check. Prefetch support, check. Prefetch DNS keys support, yes, check. Everything else leave it as default. Save and apply. Save. Okay, no, apply. Okay, now we're going to go set the firewall up. So we're going to go firewall, NAT, outbound, and we're going to select this here, hybrid outbound NAT rule generation, and save. And now that's saved, we've now got an add button here, so we can click on add, and we want to select the interface and make that Nord VPN. So yep, leave everything else as default and save and apply the changes. Save. Okay, cool. and apply. Okay, excuse me. Now we go to Firewall, Rules, LAN, and we're going to delete the IPv6 one. Select and delete. Yes, we want to delete that and apply. And now we want to edit the IPv4 rule. So we'll click over here, IPv4, and we'll just edit that. Scroll down until we find advanced options, and then we'll open the advanced section. And then we want to go find gateway, all the way down until we find gateway, that one there. And we'll change that to Nord VPN, VPN4. Okay, V4. Click on save and apply. So now we need to click add and change the source to LAN. Sorry. Click on add, change source. So we've got to scroll down until we find source. Source to LAN net. Destination LAN address. Nothing else changes. Scroll right down, save and apply. Okay, that's done. Now system settings general. System settings general. And we want to under networking check prefer IP. So scroll down till we find networking. Yeah, and check this box here. Another thing that I have is not in this instructions, but I have. Oh, so sorry. We'll go up to the DNS and we'll put that in. So we'll copy that and paste it in here. Copy this one and paste this in here. On the DNS server options, uncheck allow DNS servers to be overridden, so we uncheck that. And the other thing that I do, because I've found that if the VPN connection drops, you lose everything, like you lose WAN connection and everything. So I tick this box here, it's a little tip, and what that does is allows default gateway switching. So if the VPN connection drops out for some reason and fails to operate, then your WAN connection will take over as a failover. Hit save, and that's been applied. Okay, so now we're up to 15, system gateways single. So we'll go to system gateways single. Edit the Nord VPN 6 and disable that. And apply changes. Now we want to now we're going to check the status of the connection. So we're going to go to VPN, open VPN connection status, and that tells us that the IP that the client is up and running. Okay, so we can also check it under VPN, open VPN log file. Okay, so we'll check that VPN log file. That tells us it's got lots of warnings. I don't know. So anyway, let's go back to the lobby. So if you click on this here, rather than actually navigating to dashboard, you can just click on this hourglass and it comes straight into the lobby. So we want to scroll down here, and the important thing to see here, here's the problem. This Nord VPN is not up and running. I've found this is a bit of a quirky problem with OPNsense. I don't know why, but if I click on, if I try to do a speed test, okay, there's no connection. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've mucked around, you can reboot the router, and 9 times out of 10 it will come back up. So don't think you've configured anything wrong at this stage. There's still one more step to do that I've found works 99.99%. It's not mentioned in here, but I've found through experimenting it actually works. So if you go to VPN, open VPN, we want to go to clients, and here with this service we just want to basically disable it until it goes grey, wait for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then click on enable again, and now click on the hourglass, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be up. There it is, boom. So now when we go into speed test and we click on speed, this should be connected. We'll go, we'll see what the what's my IP address. Okay, yep, that's a tunnel address, and I'm getting 779 through the 790 through the VPN. Yeah, baby, woo! Smash that, smash that. Yep, so that's through the VPN. This is going through the VPN, all right? So the reason I checked, actually we need to just go back, and I just want to check those system settings general, and just make sure that it's selected. Yep. Okay, so we're just going to double check to make sure that it's up. Yes, it is. So as soon as you see it blank here with no IP address, all you need to do is go into here, VPN, open VPN clients, and then disable and re-enable it. So I'm just going to show you what happens when the interface goes. So that's actually up and running. So what happens when the interface goes down? So your VPN collapses, and normally that means you'd lose all traffic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the VPN interface, and I'm going to disable it and apply it. Okay, so I'll now select this. I'll open it up again and go to speed. Hopefully this is connected straight away. Yeah, it is. So this is connected, should be connected to the internet now directly through the WAN connection. I'll refresh this and it should show up a different IP. Yeah, it does. There's my IP address there. I'll blank that out, of course. So that's 764 with the connection running, but it's a bit quirky. Actually, what I might do, I might now try, this is an experiment, so I'm going to try go to interfaces, Nord VPN, enable it, scroll down, save and apply. Now don't think that will let go of the, because it's the IP address. No, it hasn't. So we'll go back into the VPN, open VPN clients, we'll disable this, wait a couple of seconds and then turn it back on again, and now we can go back in and hopefully it's got that. So let's just see if we are on the VPN or not. Yep, we're back on the VPN. So the VPN automatically takes back over again as soon as you connect it back up again. So that's pretty awesome. I'll do another test. So this is through the VPN, and we're getting 600, 700. It's pretty much almost the same. So that's very pleasing, very pleasing. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you got some great knowledge and understanding on how the Nord VPN connection's made through an OPNSENSE router. This router here I've configured is built out of some second-hand parts. It's running an i5 9400 that I picked up for like $120 or $90 or something. 6 cores, 6 threads. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you, the CPU usage. So let's just see how much load it puts on the system when it's doing a full speed download. This real time. So it's 19%. Download, so 761 megs per second through the VPN tunnel. That's amazing. That's just absolutely amazing speed. And it's only doing 16%, so it's not even 20% utilizing the full capacity of that CPU. So that's pretty awesome. So anyway, please, if you enjoyed the video, please put a like, subscribe, and just comment and just tell me what you enjoyed most about it. So thanks from me to you. Safe travels and enjoy OPNsense. It's an awesome system, which beats the issue of 19 meg per second. When you compare 19 meg per second on a router, which is a Soho router, down to, and we're running 761 on a, and this is why telecommunications companies and they absolutely use FreeBSD a lot for their main servers and everything, because it's so efficient. And as an ex IT guy at a telco, yeah, the guys love the FreeBSD. Now it's all got the graphical interface. There's a lot of that stuff, GUIs and stuff, but most of the hardcore tech rock spiders, they love the CLI, you know. So, and this does have CLI. You can enable that to SSH into it, and then yeah, it's got both sides of the coin here, so it's a great system. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Wish you over and out. Enjoy your weekend.